Okay, back on for round 5 against Valkie. So just quick look back at what we did on round 4. 3 infantry, 3 artilleries, 1 transport, 1 bomber, 1 fighter. Okay, so he's kind of given up on the push on the Pacific side, which makes sense because he's obviously he's way behind. He's moved forward to 64, but the problem with this move is there's no threat if there's no transport. If there's a transport here, I have to think about blocking it off or possibly challenging it. But as long as I keep my ships out of range, there's no danger here to anything. So yeah, I think he needs a transport with this to make this somewhat threatening in any way. For now, I'm just going to ignore that completely and just come down to 61. I think and just start the shook going properly. I can probably expand this way, which I might do actually. I've got 5 transports, so probably should. We just need to deal with this at some point, but yeah, that's for Japan anyway. Yeah, just pushing on the Atlantic side now. For Russia, around 5. Oof. That's a very, yeah. I think I wasn't sure about my opponent, I think, for the beginning part of the game, because he was making some, it was sort of unreadable moves, but actually I think this shows, I think the sub move was the first indicator there, but I think this does indicate, or confirm he's a less experienced player, which is fine. But it does mean we're going to get odds on Moscow for G6, which is cool. So we should be able to wrap this game up pretty quickly. Also no trading, so he's only got 8 IPC to spend next round, which is probably going to be 2 infantry or something, and then yeah, which pretty much guarantees the take on Moscow. So yeah, that'd be good. We're up to, I'll put us up to 7 VCs. Can we snag anything else? We could probably almost take India here, actually. Oh no, we won't. It's not the UK. I'll keep an eye out for India. We might have to snag that. What I think I might do here, actually, is put the transport in range of Hawaii. That'll put us up to 8. And France, if we can stack that, gives us the 9. So we could set for the VC sniping around 6, possibly. I'll play for that. We'll see what we can do. The one problem is we're going to be abandoning Karelia. That might be the one downside. I might be able to blitz it with a tank or something. Not sure. I might put some Japanese troops in Archangel this round to maybe help out with reinforcing that. We'll see. That's the game plan. We'll try for round 6, but I'm hoping he resigns once Moscow falls. Anyway, so my buy, it's going to be 10 and 5 for artillery, obviously for Caucasus, just ensuring pretty much Moscow falls. And then the rest is going to go down to these 2. I've been bombed slightly, but I can pretty much safely deploy into Italy here. I'm going to try and stack both of these. Obviously Berlin, but I'll try and maintain an Italy stack as well to avoid these transports getting some free income. So, okay, let's go for it. He didn't choose to attack my tank as well, which is interesting, with this tank in Transjordan, so I can freely take South Africa now, and it's got free reign to cause some havoc down here for a little bit. So, income-wise, Germany's looking really nice. So let's do... I don't want to trade light, I want to trade heavy, to be honest. I want to just go all in for these things. Let's do that. I just want to make sure. There's minimal pressure. There's only 2 transports for the UK, round 5, and there's only, minimal pressure from the US as well, given what's happened in the Pacific, so I can afford to throw a few more infantry than normal, just to ensure we take these back. Okay, that's good. I'm going to actually trade with one more. 3. Let's do 6 here. That's a bit light, I suppose. Let's trust the numbers and take off one of these guys. Do that. I'm flying 2 planes up north. We don't need all 5 to take Moscow, so I'll fly in 2, and then the 3 can remain here just to help trade. Okay. Not bad. Oof. Taking this free would be lovely. Ooh, dear. That's lucky. Very lucky. Well, sim again in France would make it really awkward for him to trade anything. He'd probably have to go north, I suppose. Pretty good. Okay. So we can stack this in a way which means you can't hit either of these two. So I've got to obviously bring these guys in and also still safely hold the corpses to allow my troops not to get wiped out. So we're going to go, I think I calculated it's 17 infantry each. So that's 15, 16 there, that's 17. We can go 2 tanks. I'll give you the anti-air. No. 3 tanks here and I'll give you the anti-air gun here. So we're going to have 14, actually 18 infantry here. Yeah. It's pretty much even. It's not quite even, but it's pretty much even. So he doesn't have odds on either of his 2 stacks, and even if he did take it and win the fight, the other stack can finish off Moscow. So it's kind of like a lose-lose here for Russia. On this side, I think we can probably get away with not reinforcing. Do we take a risk here? Not really. Got to be careful. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I kind of wanted to have something moving towards Karelia, but actually what's probably going to happen is we can actually, we'll work out comfortable odds on Moscow, and then anything spare can move back to Karelia and try and hold that instead. Let's do that. Okay, that looks good. I'm just going to leave everything in Berlin. This guy, I guess, can go here. It's less tempting to take Archangel if he wants to trade this off. But he's already indicated he's not going to trade anything, so I think it should be fine either way. But one more infantry to go back to Karelia if we need to. Okay, let's send this one. Don't need a blocker either. There's no danger from the UK troops. Okay, so end of Germany 5, 167 Axis 136. So yeah, I think we're almost there. I do hope he resigns at the end of when Moscow falls. We can just crack on with the next game, but we'll see. Okay, Japan 5. Is he online? No. Well, he's online, but not actually spectating. Okay, so for UK 5, Valkie went for 4 infantry, 1 fighter, 2 artilleries. Looks like he's grabbed Karelia off me. Malaya blitz a tank through. He's pushed forward a bit with some tanks, which is fine. Again, it's troops that are not moving towards Moscow, although I don't think they probably could have got to Moscow. I would have stopped that, but still. So he's grabbing some income, which is fair enough. Sichuan, yeah, Malaya. So I think, again, I mentioned on the Germany turn that this fleet is not really a threat in any way to me. Well, it could be, but I'm going to choose to ignore it, I think, on this round. I'm pretty sure I could take it out. I've got 3 ships plus a lot of air force neighbouring or in range of 64, so I probably could kill it. But again, that's not the goal. I want to go for the VC snipe round 6 if we can. So I'm going to set up for Hawaii. Karelia is probably the only question mark here. The rest is not going to be an issue, I don't think. I suppose Moscow and Karelia, because I do have to obviously still grab Moscow, but I don't see that being an issue right now. I'm sure we can spare a lot of infantry going back towards Karelia. Okay, I've gone for so enough ground units, but I've got a complex and I've bought enough ground for 3 transports because I'm going to have 2 moving. We've got 5 total. I'm going to have 2 moving towards Hawaii, just in case he goes for something like he just tries to stack it with planes or something. We can't really stack it with planes, but if he brings the battleship and the carrier down to 53 and puts 2 planes in actually in Hawaii, I want to make sure we can comfortably grab that. So this won't be a question mark for the snipe. I'm happy with 3 for now. There's minimal pressure here. There's nothing from Moscow. He's not trading any territories bordering. So the only slight pressure I've got is from the UK, and we can more than snuff that out with a complex and some transports. I'll probably buy a 4th one in round 6, just in case the game does continue for a few rounds. So yeah, we'll go for that for now. It's fine. What we'll probably do is we'll snag this, and then I think just probably try and capture Yunnan and slowly work our way back up to obviously the blockade of Burma. Yeah, so let's go for that. As mentioned, I think I'm going to try and put as many troops also bordering Karelia as possible, just to assist the Germans next round, which would probably just be these 2. I guess the bomber can probably get somewhere. I kind of need to make a decision how many planes I want to have going towards Hawaii. I think probably 2 should be enough, right? We'll do that in a second. Let's just do the important bits there. So let's grab. That's terrible. Let's do it with you two first, or you this group first. The rest can move up. These guys can do this. So these two will be going forwards for Hawaii. I can grab these infantry off 51 and 50. We'll sit in 50 because 50 with the fleet, I can go. It can't be blocked for one thing. They can block 52, but I can go via 44 to Hawaii. And it also means I can jump back to 61 if I need to as well with some of the fleet. Depending on how he defends this, we may not need all our fleet in 53, so I can pull some back to secure the transports if he does push this fleet forward to try and threaten my shipping. So that's fine. Okay, big hit there, that's fine. So I'll grab you. Oh, that's a mistake. Let's do this instead. Let's do you guys first. And do you. Okay. Yeah, no more attacks to do. Let's go. Good. Take that. Sichuan. Nice. Okay, so you can go up there. So I want so 2 full transports, battleship, carrier, 2 fighters with the things. My view and defense of the transports. Oh, they can't quite reach, can they? That's unfortunate. The planes can't actually reach. I mean, the 2 fighters from 61 can't reach 53. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. But the planes here have to land somewhere. They can only go 1, 2, but then 3, 4. It has to be the carrier. Is this ours? Doesn't matter. No. Unfortunate. Okay, so I might want to leave the bomber in range then of this, just in case we need to. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got to come here actually. 2, 3. Okay. Not an ideal position for the bomber to be in, but I mean 1, 2, 3, 4. It can still hit any of these comfortably and land away, so that's not a problem. And I don't need to trade anything on the Russian front, so it will only be these I'm going to be trading. And it's not obviously it's something useful for defense. It's only one hit extra. I'm going to put the complex in Kwantung just because it's nearer to where I'm going at the moment. I'm going to India. I don't really need the shipping. Well, I don't need the troops deployed to Manchuria because it's just out of the way for me. Kwantung's far more relevant. Straight down to India. Let's do this. Okay. Cool. So we are prepped for the VT snipe. Again, there's no reinforcements coming towards the European VCs, but I'm hoping we wouldn't need them. So I think we can go pretty light to Russia. It's probably just going to be all the guys in the Caucasus, all the tanks, and I'll just try and pull off as many infantry from the West Russia stack to go back to Karelia as possible. And hopefully, it's only a 2 transport attack. It's very minimal. There's not a lot to defend from, to be fair. So it shouldn't be too hard to defend, really. I'll be surprised if we can't get it. And here, same thing. It's only two. Although this will have 3. There'll be 3 Possibly 5 if he holds out. He may just delay this for a second. The best he can do is 6 transports at this point. So he may just prep for... I guess if he sits in 13, he can hit two VCs. Although 8 does give him 3 VCs, he can hit these 3. So he may choose to give up Italy, possibly. Who knows? It's all up in the air, but I'll wait and see how he defends. We can obviously react accordingly, as does Germany. But as of now, looking good. I think obviously the attack powers just kept rising, just because of how strong the German economy is right now. I like that he gave me Africa for free. I really thought he'd try and take out that tank with his tank, or at least pull something more down here to defend this. But yeah, we're going to be driving around Africa for a while, which is nice. Round 6, Germany. So this is potentially the last round of the game. I'm hoping it's going to be. I've done about 5-10 minutes just looking through the odds for Karelia, Berlin and France, and what I need to take Moscow. I think I've got a nice balance on the odds to holding one of these and taking Moscow. So yeah, we'll go through it. But I suppose have a quick look at what actually happened for the US. What did he go for? Yeah, this is interesting. It doesn't really work though. The problem with this is if I take CZN 53, which I've got great odds to do as Japan, then he can't attack Hawaii without clearing the fleet first, so it doesn't work this. So I don't even need to kill the transports. I can just go for the fleet and just take Hawaii. So that's no problem. And yeah, he's not got. What's nice about this side, he's not got full transports. There's not 8 units here. There's 6. So it means France is a bit safer than it would normally be. So yeah, pretty happy with the situation over here. Russia, again, not much to really say. They bought. A mistake there. It should have been 2 infantry. Not that it doesn't matter too much, but just in case Valkie's watching, it's all about the numbers, really. I think if you can, when you're in this kind of situation, it's all about just getting as many infantry as you can to try and give yourself the best odds. It's a numbers game. But anyway, on to Germany. So I've done my buy. This is going to be the buy. I've just repaired Berlin slightly, and I've gone for 3 and 7. So I'm basically maxing out my income for Berlin. So actually, I don't need to leave anything in Berlin at all apart from the anti-air gun, and it can hold with what I'm deploying here and 1 plane against this 2-wave attack here. So yeah, I think I'm in pretty good shape. Let's roll it. So I'll just get my calculator for Moscow. So I could go lighter than I'm going to here, but I wanted to go. Moscow's the big thing. I'd rather take Moscow. If I fail this and control Karelia, it's going to be a bit annoying. So I'd rather just make sure, or be very confident going into Moscow and have worse odds in Karelia. I think that's the better way to do it. Because I'm building tanks in with this round. So if for whatever reason he gets lucky with a recapture, then I've got tanks nearby to finish it off for around 7 snipe. So yeah, I'm not too worried. Anyway, how many have we got going in? We've got 11 going in. I wanted 16 going into Moscow. So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Beautiful. All the tanks and 2 planes. Now I can take a hit on the anti-air gun going in here. It doesn't really matter. The odds are still very strong. They're currently just below 99% to conquer. If I was to take a casualty, if a plane was to get shot down, it would still be like 97%. It really doesn't matter too much. So that's cool. Let's just cancel that quickly. Okay. Yeah, and then the remainder here, it's going to be 13 infantry going to Karelia with the support. On average, we're going to lose 2 infantry here, which will leave 11. And then I'm going to be reinforcing with these 2 units. And that gives me, about 77 to hold. So, again, this is probably the weakest point of the defence, but I don't think it's... I'm not too bothered if it does get taken, that's fine. We can always recapture for next round. So, I think that's going to be it. We can probably just... do a bit of blitzing, why not? You can block me in the next round, I guess, but it doesn't really matter. Anything else I need to do here? Not really. Also, if I get Moscow, there's no chance of a recapture here because they've got no UK troops in range, and the Japanese troops will kill this tank. So if this goes well, then it is over. Right, I think that's probably about it. So I guess we go. Double check, did I miss anything? Yeah, we go. Okay, so strong and strong, obviously. Let's go for Karelia first. So I'd like to see one hit here, maybe one or less will be good. Okay, they're dead. It's good. Okay, perfect. So slightly better odds for Karelia than I was hoping for, or I was expecting rather. So yeah, that bumps us up a lot. Actually, that's like 10% already to Karelia, just increased by. Awesome. Okay, Battle for Moscow. Let's do it. Cool. Good rolls on the ones. 12 hits. Okay. Looking solid. Everything's dead. Jesus. Some rough hits. Awesome. Okay, so I've actually made a mistake here. Not really, but we can account for it. I was calculating one plane in France. It's fine. Right, so let's do this. So currently we have. Just looking at the calculations for France now. France is probably the biggest weakness. Well, no, not really, but it's the place where the most units can attack. So he might go for France. Berlin's just become very safe. I could actually, you know what? I could just do all this. I don't even need to count that. We've got 23, so 26 units in total for France, which is more than fine. Okay, let's send it. So Allies down to 110 versus 193. The game is over now. It's just a question if we can win this round or next. But so I'll show the odds on screen now. I think for Karelia, Berlin, and France. I think Karelia here is the weak point, but not so much of a weak point. I think it's looking fairly good. Yeah. And even if it's not, as I said, we've got the follow up for next round. So things are looking good. Okay, so back for Japan 6 and what's likely to be the last round of this game. Yeah, I don't think there's any realistic chance of him putting this one back. I just noticed with the UK as well, he didn't go for any attacks on the VCs, so I mean Europe's now more than safe. I don't think he noticed the VC danger, so yeah, we should be okay. As long as we can take a wire, we're golden. So I won't bother doing a buy, it's just there's no point. We'll just crack on. Finish off. So we'll go all in here. Just kill that tank because that's the only thing. Not that we need to really, but yeah, we'll do it anyway. So let's do. Okay, let's do this. Just the only slight. Well, it's not really danger, but I'm just hoping my infantry and artillery can kill that plane. I've seen battles go badly like that before. Not that I expect to do here, but still, you never know. Let's do that. Again, not we need to. Not that we need to, but okay. Just go for this. I think should be fine. So straight in, I guess. Let's do it. Okay, all dead. Not too concerned about everything else. So, last fight. There we go. Cool. Awesome. Wow. And to finish off, a nice little capture of Malaya there. Awesome. Okay, we'll just land everything quickly and yep, caught it there. So up to 9 VCs, and then I'll let the US take a turn. Then we'll probably do like a very quick game summary afterwards, assuming he doesn't get anything, any miraculous dice somewhere. Okay. So there we go. We have victory. GG. So well played, Valkie. I have to say that was a pretty interesting first game. I'll be honest. It didn't go at all like the standard games do. It was very, very unusual. And there were moments there where I thought I could very easily be losing this game. I think particularly with that Ukraine stack. I think it was a very risky stack, but still, if the battle had gone badly for me there, that could have been all she wrote, I think, to be fair. But yeah, interesting play from Valkie. I think he seems to be a very aggressive player, like taking the Anway fight, taking the Ukraine fight with my tank stack in Ukraine, and also the initial Ukraine stack from Russia was very, very aggressive. I think it probably, if the rolls go well for him, then I think he could probably, like he almost did here, I think he can probably spiral that into some quick wins for himself. But I suppose, generally speaking, playing that aggressively, like when he put his UK planes to the Philippines to try and hold the Ukraine stack was, yeah, he gave me some decent odds to take that back. So I think in the long run, if he continues to play like that, I think it's going to probably bite him in the ass. Just because if you're playing the percentages, you know, more often than not, obviously you'll get rewarded for play like that in the long term. But playing against the dice, you're going to get screwed at some point. So I would recommend maybe if you watch this, just to check the keep a close eye on the calculator and make sure, even if you are making an aggressive move, maybe give them slightly worse odds than you did. Like the Ukraine fight, I think it was like 80% for me to win the fight. Maybe give them 50-50s would be a better way to do that. At least that way you're going to, 50% of the time you're going to get a good result. So yeah, very aggressive play. Interesting play, but I think the two ocean thing probably hampered him quite a lot as well. I still think one ocean focus is the way to go. Admittedly, with the US, I think it's still a good idea to harass with the if you've got the whole fleet left over in the Pacific after round one. I think harassing with that is still a good plan. Obviously, that's still a good thing to do. But generally speaking, all the resources should be, at least what you're spending, should be put back into one ocean as opposed to both, because you're just never going to get enough momentum in either one to really make something happen unless you get some really crazy dice. But yeah, no, interesting game though. Well played to Valkie. Thanks for the game, and we have our first win this season. So we are 1-0 as Axis, looking good. So I've just started obviously an allied game, so we'll see how that one goes. And yeah, I'll probably try and finish my placement games ASAP, and we'll get on with the full Season 9. Anyway, there we go. That's my first ranked game of Season 9. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.